So we will be looking at how to deploy JavaScript app to read data from a FHIR service. We will separate this demo into two parts, the initial setup and the FHIR deployment, and also how to register a public client application. In the next video, we will go into how to test the setup with Postman and also writing the web application itself. So we would need to have deployed an Azure API for FHIR resource. We have done this in a prior video, so we do not have to do this here. We can go to this resource and go to the course setting. So if we go to the course setting is basically what allows us to configure settings so the application from one domain can access resource from a different domain. This is known as a cross-platform request, cross-domain request. So to configure the course setting, we're going to go to our Azure API for FHIR and select cores as we did here. For the sake of keeping this tutorial short, I have everything filled out already and I've already saved it. I'm going to go through what everything needs. We're going to set the origins to all, which is meant by this asterisk. So here this means that we will allow calls from any domain. This is a privacy concern, but since this is simply a demo, it should not matter. We're going to set the headers to all. This means that the origin request will contain all headers. We're going to select all for methods. So here we have delete, get, options, patch, post, put. This means that they are all allowed to make API calls, and the max age is going to be set to 600, which is the value in seconds. And this has already been saved. We don't have to worry about that. So now we're going to go into how to register the public client application. So public client applications are similar to the single page application we're making in JavaScript. They can't keep information confidential. When you register the public client application, it can't be trusted to hold information and present it with a tokenized access. So to register, we're going to the Azure Active Directory, which we get through here. We're going to search that. And we're going to go to the Manage tab. So under the Manage tab, we're going to select app registration. So currently there's two different apps we created. I did that earlier to test it to see if it worked, but we can create another one. So you're going to put new registration. We're going to put app demo 2. Now we have options to supported account types. There's the Georgia Institute of Technology only, single tenant. This means that all users and guest accounts in directory can use the application API. We have the multi-tenant. This means that all users with work or school account from Microsoft can use the API. We have the multi-tenant and personal accounts. This means that all users with work or school or personal Microsoft account can use the application or API. And we have the personal Microsoft account only. This means that personal accounts that are used to sign in to service like Xbox and Skype has access to the API. We're going to go with the first one here, saying Georgia Institute Technology only. And now we are going to see what redirect we'd like it to fall under. We'd like it to be for mobile and desktop applications. And we're going to make this redirect to Postman. And we're going to register. Alright, it's already registered. Once it's registered, we want to copy the client ID and tenant ID from the overview page, which is here. So we have the client ID, copy, tenant ID. We're going to use this later to connect to the application. So to connect with the web application later, we need to set up the correct authentication settings. So again, under the Manage bar, we're going to go under Manage and select Authentication. We're going to press Add a Platform, and this is going to be a platform from the web. So we need to set up a redirect URI. So the redirect URI is going to be redirecting to the app we created just now. And then we're going to check the access token and ID token boxes at the bottom. And thereafter, we're going to configure. And this is configured. So now we need to add the API permission. Now that we have set up the authentication, we need to set up the API permissions. The reason to have an API permission is because, similar to the confidential client application, that need an application that can be trusted to hold a secret and present the secret when requesting access tokens. So we're going to go to Manage again. We're going to select API permissions. We're going to click Add Permission here. Under Add Permissions, we can go to the API's My Organizational Users, and we're going to add permission for the Azure Healthcare APIs. We're going to select the user impressions and add the permission. And the permission is updated. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.